Yeah, I'm feeling fine.
Oh, Draper, you haven't been working all afternoon, have you?
No. I told you I was going to stay home and take care of my cold. Did pretty well, not even a sniffle.
You still look a little funny.
Funny or peculiar?
You look flushed. Do you have a fever?
Well, it's possible. I think that my temperature went up a couple of points after I talked to Mrs. What's-her-name, Mrs. Fenner.
Who? Mrs. Who?
Mrs. Fenner, you don't remember her, the real estate broker? That's funny. I thought that you talked to all the real estate brokers in the area when you were looking for this house. Oh, well, she probably wasn't handling the house then. I think it was with Mr. Brooks exclusively.
What are you talking about?
Well, I don't think she has much of a future in real estate, April. I mean, she's always showing up at the wrong place at the wrong time. I mean, she came by here today because she heard a rumor that we were going to relocate and that, she thought the house was, available again. I told her it wasn't.
Oh, you mean she thought it might be back on the market again?
That's right, yeah. She thought it was going to be back on the market. But she really floored me with the offer. Hey, did you realize this house of ours has doubled in value in the last 2 months?
Doubled, really?
Yeah. Maybe we ought to consider the offer. $125,000, April. I mean, hell, we only paid $65,000 for it. Didn't we?
Yeah, of course we did.
Well, Mrs. Fenner found that hard to believe. She said that when she was handling the house, it was worth $100,000, and she was sure that by the time somebody bought it, it was going to go up even more in value. And so, I started thinking. I said, maybe it is too good to be true. Maybe it's just not possible. So, April, if that's the case, there's a question that has to be answered. Who made up the difference in the money? It had to be somebody generous, somebody rich, somebody like your mother.
Draper, there's no point in hiding it anymore from you. Margo did put up the difference in the price. It was her gift to both of us.
That's funny. I didn't see any wrapping paper.
Well, Draper, Margo knew how much I wanted the house and how much we could never afford a house like this, so she put up the difference for it.
Without telling me.
Would you have accepted it if she had told you?
We'll never know now, will we?
Draper, you would have turned it down. You know that. You can't stand to be grateful to Margo for anything.
No, April, it's the wrong word. The word is beholden. I mean, it's an old-fashioned word, granted, but then again, I've always considered myself to be an old-fashioned type of guy.
Draper, you would have refused it out of sheer stubborn pride, and we never would have had a beautiful home like this. We still would be in that little miserable apartment.
Now, wait a minute, April. You cried an awful lot of sentimental tears over that miserable apartment.
Draper, I was happy there. It was our first place together. Oh, Draper, I would have been happy in a packing crate if that was our first place, but now we have a home, a beautiful home, and I love it, Draper, and we wouldn't have it if it
wait a minute. Don't make it sound as if I'm the one who did something wrong, April. That's a clever technique, but it's not going to work.
I'm not using
You know what you did with Margo was wrong. April, you conspired with Margo against me, your husband.
How can you say something like that? Conspired? We conspired to give you a beautiful home?
But don't start that, April. I mean, as far as Margo's concerned, she'd be glad if I stayed with the damn packing crate.
Oh. Draper, this is why I couldn't tell you. I knew how you'd react. It's as if the worst thing anyone in the world can do to you is to try to do something that would make you happy. Who are you calling?
Your mother.
What are you going to say to her?
Is she home?
Yeah, she went home straight from work. Draper, would you please tell me what you're going to say?
I don't know what I'm going to say, but maybe what I should say is say what I'm going to say to her in person.
Hello?
Margo, it's Draper.
Draper? Well, how are you feeling? I understand you're ill.
I'm fine, Margo. I'm feeling a lot better. Well enough to come out for a while. Look, can I come
Draper,
over for...
I want to go with you.
Can we come over for a while, Margo?
Well, of course. I'll look forward to it. I know what. Why don't you join me for dinner? I was going to meet Elliot at the Unicorn, and we could go over.
No, Margo. It's only, we're only going to stay for a little while.
Oh, well, of course. I'll look forward to it. I'll see you in a little while. Yes. May I speak to Mr. Dorn, please? It's his wife calling.
One moment.
Yes, darling. You're not still at the studio, I hope.
Oh, no, I'm home, but it does look as if I'm going to be delayed.
Oh? What's the problem?
Oh, no problem. It's just Draper called, and April and he have suddenly decided to drop over, and I have no idea why.
But you know, the only possible way for us to have dinner is either very early in the evening or late at night.
Oh, I know that, darling, and I certainly don't want to keep you from your dinner.
Well, I admit I'm a bit famished. I skipped lunch because of my buying trip. I'll tell you what, if you can promise me to be here within the hour, I'll try and subsist on peanuts and pretzels until you get here.
No, I don't want you to do that. It isn't healthy. You go ahead and have something substantial, darling. I'll try to get by a little later, if only for a nightcap.
Well, if it's going to be for a nightcap, it'll have to be after midnight. Otherwise, I won't be able to join you.
And all right, Elliot. I am sorry, and I do love you.
Feeling is mutual. Good night, mate. Margo won't be able to join me after all.
I'm sure you're very disappointed, Mr. Dorn.
I'm crushed.
Well, perhaps you can find another dinner companion for the evening.
On such short notice.
A very delightful young lady just walked in. Maybe you could ask her.
For heaven's sake, Mrs. Swift. What a delightful surprise.
Thank you.
I didn't expect you tonight. Is your husband parking the car?
My husband's parked the car at City Hall. He has to work late with the mayor. So I thought I would come here and dine alone. So if you don't mind, could I have a table for one?
As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind because, you see, I was just about to have a private supper in my office. But my dinner date just canceled, so I was wondering if you would like to join me.
I would be delighted.
Mickey, take care of things, will you?
Sure thing, Mr. Dorn.